It's National Nurses Week. You know what we ought to do, Tom?
Nurse.
Tom, all this week, we ought to just start making a casual list of all the nurses.
Every nurse.
Every nurse there ever was.
Every nurse ever, going back to the original nurse, and then we can announce them all. No, if somebody's got a nurse they want to honor, they can text us.
Yeah, please text us. I'll comprise a list, and we'll make sure to give those shout-outs every single day
or
of
call
the week.
just to honor a nurse anytime. We'll pick up.
Brett's producer, Tyler Bravo, his wife is a nurse.
Oh, fantastic.
What's Tyler Bravo's real name?
Tyler Bravo.
Yeah, that is his real name.
We don't know.
Can't be.
No,
Tyler Bravo sounds like a call sign for a World War I fighter pilot.
Tyler Bravo. Tyler Bravo.
You know, witness protection, so we can.
Red leaders
Doesn't
standing
talk
by.
about it.
So National Nurse, we have a nurse standing by, but National Nurses Week 2024. So, the nurses do all, listen, any good doctor will tell you the same thing. Nothing happens in a hospital without great nurses.
Nothing happens without great nurses.
And the
That's
nurses
the
are
truth.
doing the lion's share of the work.
Yeah.
And this is the week to honor a nurse, whether you know one or not. And you're going to a hospital to visit somebody, just stop and say thanks for all the good work you guys do every day, that kind of thing.
We love our nurses.
I like to reach out and buy the nurses a pizza or two, at times.
Sure.
Just
Especially-
randomly, if you haven't been there.
Well, I mean,
Send them over to the hospital.
I'm just saying, at 63 years old, I figure I'll get there eventually.
Get them on there. Get them on your side.
All sorts of specials going on today. I mean, pretty much everywhere you go, if you're a nurse, they're going to take care of you in one form or another.
Steve, my mother was a nurse, and she was a proud nurse. She was a nurse in the Air Force, and she studied at St. Joseph School of Nursing here in Chicago. And so I've always had a big appreciation for nurses. I did not go into the business, but we love our nurses.
That's great. No, it's absolutely great. Let's bring Bridget in here.
Yes.
Bridget Hannum. Is it Dr. Bridget Hannum?
Yes, you can just call me Bridget. I have a PhD, so doctor,
Okay.
yes.
All
But
right.
you can call me
Bridget.
Bridget. Hi, good morning.
Associate Dean of Faculty at Chamberlain University and Nurse Practitioner. Let me start there. NPs, this is an absolute must field for people to get into if they're interested in it, right? Because small towns, less doctors, going to be a job everywhere.
Absolutely. I love being a nurse practitioner. So I don't know if a lot of people know about nurse practitioners, but we have advanced degrees. We can diagnose and treat patients. So there's so many patients that don't have a primary care provider, and there's so many people who need health care that nurse practitioner is an excellent role for people who are looking to advance their career.
So you're training the next generation of nurses, but what's the difference between a nurse practitioner and a physician's assistant?
Well, our focus in nursing is more prevention, primary care education.
Okay.
Physicians' assistants work collaboratively with doctors, so do we. But they're more, I would say, technical, like doing more suturing, casting, helping in surgeries, that sort of thing.
Oh. What's the level? So the education, give me the rundown. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to be an RN, and then I want to go up to be a nurse practitioner. What's the extra schooling, extra courses? Is that a difficult thing?
Yes. So when I did it, I was a nurse first. I got a 4-year degree, a bachelor's at Loyola here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then my nurse practitioner, I got a master's certificate and a postmaster's master's degree, and a postmaster's certificate. So that was an additional 4 years part-time to become a nurse.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's a lot. That's a lot of schooling. If you were to say one thing to a young group of nurses, remember this over anything else, what would it be?
Trust your instincts and make sure you listen to your patients.
Well, listen to your patients thing is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely huge.
Well, and I feel like, listen, there's all different kinds of people in the world, and it's certainly different kinds of nurses. But I just feel like a special bond with the nurses because they're always the ones that come in first, spend the most time with you, and listen.
The come in part's interesting to me, Bridget. What happens when the call button rings? Because you guys
do rock, paper, scissors. No.
But you guys have obviously, and I'm not equating the two, and this is no knock on waiters, but waiters have any number of tables, but you want to be the only one that gets paid attention to when you're eating out. If you're in a hospital bed, you ring the bell, you want somebody there in 10 seconds, but they may be in another room with somebody else. What do we not understand about the call bell?
Well, I think that's exactly it. I think we feel like we push the button and we need someone to come immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lots of family members who have been in the hospital recently, and you might the nurse could be admitting another patient. They could have a patient who's sicker. So eventually we get to you. It's not that we're ignoring you, but I would think that a little pearl of knowledge is if you have to go to the bathroom, maybe you need to think about that a little bit earlier so you're not waiting.
Right.
So I push the button earlier, or if you need your pain meds, go a little earlier.
Yeah, think ahead. Give us, because you never know what kind of bedlam is going on the rest of the hall, the rest of the floor.
Bridget, you're at a family party and everybody says, oh my gosh, look at this just happened or that happened, or I have this ache or I have a sprained ankle. Do you get tired of that?
Never. I was thinking about this over the night. I have a lot of different roles on: daughter, wife, grandmother, sister, auntie, but I'm always a nurse.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah, once a nurse, always a nurse.
You never get tired of giving out free healthcare advice.
And if somebody wants to do something nice for nurses, on a particular floor, you took care of my mom, your dad, whatever, is it okay to send food?
Absolutely. Nurses love food.
So what's the best way to do that? Call the hospital, ask for the floor charge nurse, and just say, this is what I'd like to do, that kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And can we ever ask too many questions?
No, never.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, sometimes I get the eye roll from the
No,
nurse.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think this is the family's role as well. And Bridget, speak to this if you would. When a family member comes to you and says, my mom or dad or whomever won't say this to you, but I want you to know this, I assume that's a good thing?
Yes, it is.
So,
but I mean, we also have to respect the patient, right? So it's good to have that knowledge, and we probably would share that with maybe the doctor, but we would never tell the patient that, your daughter said X, Y, and Z about you. Because I've been I've been that patient's daughter saying, my father said blah, 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 but this is really what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for the work you're doing and training a brand new generation of nurses. How do you know our Tom Hush, by the way?
Tom Hush's mother and myself went to nursing school together.
Oh, that's cool.
That's great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think's wrong with Tom?
Yeah. Can you diagnose that?
We don't have enough time, Steve. No, I love Tom.
So do we. So do we. Bridget, great work. Keep it up. Thank you, and happy National Nurses Week.
Thank you. Have a great day.
See you later. She's cool.
She's great.
She could teach me nursing stuff.
She could, or she could just answer your questions.
Imagine me as a nurse. You'd hit the call bell. I'd go, seriously?
No,
I just sat down.
You would come in and do like a tight 90 seconds.
I would.
Let me make you laugh.
I'd make you laugh, or I'd stay until you laugh, and then somebody would go, he just got stitches in. Stop it.